So we still have a long ways to go, but defeat is not an option. We're going up there. But look what we've covered so far. Check out that beauty behind you. The higher up you get in life, the better everything looks behind you. So don't let your past take over your future. Little hiking tip 101. This is episode 1 of Andy's vlog as Gentle Warrior. Welcome back to the Gentle Warrior journey. My name is Andy, and you'll be taking this journey with me, discovering just what it's like to live life as a veteran of the military, my story, and I'll share other people's stories as well. But today I'm sharing my story, and I feel it's important to share my story before I ask others to share theirs. I want you to get to know who I am. And that's a really hard thing for me, to allow others to really get to know me, to understand me, to what's going on in this little head. Just who the Gentle Warrior is. And we all can be gentle warriors. I encourage you to learn from this, help others learn from it, understand on what the veterans are going through, both emotionally, physically, I guess even spiritually, because in this video I'll be covering all of those aspects, physical, mental, and spiritual. So my whole purpose with this channel is to help drive awareness out into the world of what it's like to be a veteran, and what it's like that when we lose our purpose and direction. Because we, as young men, young women in the military, if you don't have it, you quickly adapt and get it. But you have direction and you have purpose in life. And those are the biggest things from basic training till you get out to what carries you through life, is having that purpose and that direction. And in the military itself, it's easy to have that purpose and direction, because even if you don't want to have it, others encourage you and motivate you to have that. And there's a lot of ways to motivate and encourage people to have that direction and that purpose in the military. One of the biggest things in basic training is you better learn to move with a purpose. And that carries throughout your career too. When somebody calls you, you better move with a purpose. Anytime I'm walking with people, whether it's down a sidewalk, down a hallway, I always forget that I walk faster than them. And I look and they're not by my side. I'm like, oh crap. Here I go again, range walking. And I got to slow down in life. And that's hard for me, to just slow down in life for other people to catch up. But that's kind of what's gotten me to where I am today, is I move with a purpose. Whether it's on a project, on a walk, on a workout. And I admit, as I'm getting older, my move with the purpose is getting a little slower, but it's not that slow. So I really want to just help the world, help you that's watching, whether it's you trying to find direction and purpose in life, or reaching out to somebody that you know. Primarily I focus on veterans on this channel, but just helping them find their direction and purpose, and helping them keep that. Helping them maintain that. That's one very important thing when you get out of the military, that you have that support group, that bond with people that, one, helps you as a veteran keep focus and purpose, or as you as a loved one and a supportive person in their lives, help them and encourage them to keep that purpose and motivation, that sense of direction in life. Because once they lose that, they have nothing to live for. And unfortunately, we have about 22 people, 22 veterans, 22 military a day that don't have that purpose anymore, don't have that direction, and they take their life. And sometimes they take others' lives before they take their own life. So what I really want to get out of this channel, what I want to help encourage others to do, is just help people, help yourself maintain your direction and purpose in life. Those are the two biggest things. Because if you're a veteran, if you're a soldier, if you're in the military and you have no direction and purpose in life, you have nothing, according to you, in your mind. And I can relate. I feel the same way. When I lose purpose and direction, I just want to give up, just want to throw in the towel. I'm done. And I've hit that rock bottom before where I've thrown in the towel. I wanted to be done. And I'll go through that with you today. You're going to get to know me as the gentle warrior. You're going to get to know me as what it was like to hit that rock bottom, to lose my direction and purpose in life. I know I never, ever, ever want to get there again. And I want to reach out to those and hopefully help others not get there again. If you've, gotten through the first wave, there could be a second, third, fourth wave. And I hope with this message, with this channel, as you follow my journey, you watch these different episodes and we'll cover different topics, but this one is just talking about my story and how I've hit rock bottom. And then kind of slowly climb back up that mountain to get back up to the top and feel like I have a purpose and direction in life. And my new purpose, my new direction, my calling, it's always been in my blood. It's always been in my DNA. My calling is to help others and to make sure that I bring out the best in you, that I encourage you to go follow your passions in life, go follow your purpose, go after your direction, go listen to that direction, that, that voice calling you. Shoot your azimuth and go find that purpose. There's some direction there. It's calling you. So I certainly heard the calls. I didn't listen to them for a while, but now I'm listening and I'm bringing you on that journey with me. So let me begin with just kind of sharing, and you'll get familiar with this book, but I want to kind of share rock bottom and what it sounds like. So you don't know, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I do have this book of poetry that I've written, and I'm working on a book called The Gentle Warrior itself. I hope to have that, hopefully it's published in 2019. But let me just go through my little journal here, and this is what rock bottom sounds like. It's hard for me to talk about myself and to share me. It's my downfall, and that's kind of my bubble, my safeguard, is to not let others in and kind of see this part of me. But it's time. I want people to see who I really am. I want people to know just what I'm doing. All right, so I took a little break there. Had to get a drink and kind of clear my head because this is huge. This is very, very tough for me to show you what my rock bottom looked like. Nobody has ever seen this part or heard this part of me before, but it's only fair to share this part of me as I journey to go help other people make sure they don't go here, or that if they are here, that I help them find their light, or that I help you, inspire you to go help them find their light or go find your light. So here's what darkness looks like to me, and this is written by me. I call this infinite internal pain. Sadness, darkness, it's all right here, fertilizing all of your fear. It grows and grows until it's built. Now my life's in endless guilt. To escape could cause some pain. Now my life's an endless rain. My light's blown out and dark is in. Now my life is an endless sin. Cold has been my favorite feeling. My broken heart is never healing. Taking in the last of air, it's only then I start to care. So I'll share more with this in this book with you. But this has never been shared with others. This is me. This is holding my feelings. This is my book. So that's what dark was to me. And let me tell you about that experience as darkness. I was freshly back from Iraq in 2004. And we were going through kind of the post-war blues, I would call it. We were all going through it. All of my buddies, Joe, Bobby, Ty, Tyler, Chris, all of them, the whole gang was going through this. We were seeing behavioral problems amongst each other. And we were a highly trained, well-disciplined group as a whole. We were kind of talking and joking about all of our drinking. And deep down, we were all hurting. But nobody was willing to talk about it. At that time, it was, if you talk about it, you're weak. You're weak in the military, you're weak in the army, you're weak in your brigade, you're weak in your battalion. You're weak. So I was weak, but I didn't want to talk about it. And I would go cope with that feelings of being weak on my own. I would go drink heavily, and my girlfriend, she later became my wife, she would see that. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was tired. I was hurting. And I was coping with alcohol. Sometimes up to 2 bottles of wine a night. I didn't drink a whole lot of hard liquor. Didn't drink a whole lot of beer, but I drank a lot of wine. And that was my coping mechanism. I was having physical pains. I tore my shoulder over there. I'd broken my foot without healing it properly. I ripped my ankle. My back was a little strained. And but more importantly, I was emotionally hurting. And I was keeping it all to me because I didn't want to be that weak soldier. I was not the weak soldier in people's eyes. I was that guy that during the heat of battle they could count on. I would run towards the bullets, not away. And I came home and I was running away. Inside I was running away. Mentally I was running away. But I couldn't show that. So during the day I had to put on my mask, put on my war face, go to work, and be strong. I would come home, and that's when I could be by myself. I'd be weak, really weak. And alcohol helped me cope through that. I was having a hard time sleeping. Alcohol was helping me do that, go to sleep. So I was quickly losing my direction and purpose. 1 as a soldier, and 2 as a person. And I didn't know what was going on. But later on in life, I kind of figured out what was going on. I finally figured out what was going on with some real big soul searching, kind of some deep diving root cause analysis, and start asking me why. I found out, but it took me years to really figure out what was going on. So kind of fast forward through the summer, I went back home. They threw on a big party for me back at home, welcomed me home from Iraq. The VFW threw on a big party. I gave him an Iraqi flag that I had taken from over there at one of his compounds or something. They put in a nice little plaque, and we're proud of that. But and then the local newspaper interviewed me, and you know, I felt like a hero, but inside I was a zero. Um, but again, I couldn't let anybody know because I didn't want to be weak. I didn't want to be that what the Army called, you're weak soldier. I had to be strong. I was always a strong soldier, headstrong, physically, mentally, spiritually. People looked up to me. I was a leader. But over the summer, that pain, emotionally and mentally, really took over my life. And I hit rock bottom. I remember this day clearly because it's a day that I never want to repeat in my life, and I hope nobody ever has to repeat that day in their life if they've hit rock bottom like I did. Or if you are getting there, please, reach out for help so you don't hit that rock bottom. So I won't forget it. I'm ashamed of this day because, again, it made me look weak. I don't talk about this day with anybody, and I have never shared it kind of publicly until now, but I was weak, and I hit that rock bottom. I was on staff duty. It's a 24-hour duty. You're making sure that the brigade is safe, people are doing what they're supposed to do, everything's functionally fine, everything's secure, arms rooms are secure, motor pools are secure, vehicles are secure, there's nothing going on. We're, the eyes in the sky while everybody else is sleeping and at home. So it's a 24-hour duty. And I couldn't wait to get home just to kind of be there for my girlfriend at the time. Her grandma had just passed away, and they were going up there for her funeral. We were going up there for a funeral. And I would come off 24-hour duty and I'd have to go up there. So I did my 24 hours, and then the person who was supposed to replace me was late, really late. So I was really late to getting home, and I just told him, go without me. I'll be fine. But deep down, I was kind of relieved I didn't have to go because I didn't want to go face some more death. I wasn't in the right mind to go face more death. I've lived, that full year behind me of death and destruction, and just mentally I wasn't ready to go to a funeral. And some of that feeling was because I took lives, and it was starting to wear on me. And a funeral I wasn't there for a funeral. So just go without me. I got home. I was frustrated I couldn't go, but yet at the same time kind of relieved, and I started coping, which meant drinking. And I started taking some Percocet that I had there for pain. And I think I had some stronger stuff as well. I can't remember real well. But I started taking them. I started drinking more and more, and my mind started wandering. I was now without purpose, without direction, frustrated. I've let those voices take over me. I was really weak, and I wanted to escape. I wanted to get away from that pain. And I was willing to take my life to get rid of that pain that night. And deep down, I wasn't ready to go. Wasn't ready to take my own life. But the alcohol kept coming. I kept drinking, grabbed knives and tried to figure out how I could just end it there with a knife. The pills, I guess I was doing pretty good, taking a bunch of pills and drinking, and wasn't working. So I reached out to my girlfriend, and she was in Denver, and I started telling her, and probably in an irrational way, of what I was doing. It scared the heck out of her, scared the living hell out of her. And she couldn't do anything. She was 75 miles away from me. So she did what any loved one would do, and she called the police to come check on me, come do a welfare check. Well, they came and checked on me, and I wasn't doing well. Taking a bunch of pills, drank a bunch of alcohol, and I was out of my mind, just completely out of my mind. And next thing I went from hospital to, the psychiatric part of the hospital to the next week was just hell. And once I came through off of all the Valium that they were giving me and just kind of let me wind down, I was really ashamed of what I'd just become. I was weak now. And now that was a big struggle because now publicly I was weak. The military knew I was weak. My battle buddies knew I was weak. The cat was out of the bag. And thankfully I didn't take my life. I didn't become one of those 22 because I had loved ones that cared, and deep down I did not want to go. I guess I got a little stronger than those voices, than that pain that was going on, and I overcame by reaching out for help. So that's my rock bottom. And I only tell you this just so you know where I've been and where I am today. Because everything that we've done in the past makes us who we are today. Throughout time, there's always been that thought of how weak I was. It's frustrating. But I now have that new sense of hope, that new sense of direction, that new purpose, and I keep that going. Even on the days that I don't want to, I put my big boy pants on and I keep it going. So that day, never shall I ever hit that second wave where some people hit the second and third wave. I refuse to ever hit that again. And to keep me going, I go out and help people. So this is a way of reaching out and just helping others. Hopefully you've seen, you're hearing from me. It doesn't have to end by you ending your life. I learned the hard way on that. Some people never get to have a redo, and I had a redo. So what I really want to do is just let everybody know it doesn't have to get that bad. When you start feeling like you're losing your purpose, your sense of direction, reach out to somebody. Reach out to a loved one. Reach out to that support group. Call a friend. Call an old battle buddy. Call the VA hotline. Don't let yourself hit that rock bottom. And so here I am today, reflecting on that. Like I said, it's something I'm not proud of. It's something that I didn't have control of at the time, but I am in control of me now. I will never ever get back to that point where I say enough is enough. Sometimes my mind wanders. I sit there and I think about just the skeletons in my closet and how they hold me back. They change me in life. And I remind myself it isn't that bad. It is not that bad. So I hope throughout the journey here that now that you know a little bit of background on me, you know where my rock bottom is. Hopefully I help you never get to that rock bottom, or if you are at that rock bottom, I help you kind of start climbing up that hill. It's not going to be a sprint and you're going to get up the top of the hill. We're all taking that journey together. We're all coming back up, climbing that hill. Once we get to the peak, we can put the flag in, let everybody know we're there, but it's going to be a slow journey, a slow climb, but it'll be a great journey. So join me again on my next episode of the Gentle Warrior Journey. We'll talk about how war is an identity thief, and we'll kind of get into what are some of the events that got me to my rock bottom. Because to understand that, you really need to kind of hear those events, some of those events that got me to the rock bottom. Um, and to this day, I still have all of those memories, those what people call flashbacks, um, nightmares. But I've found a different way to deal with it than how I was dealing with it before with alcohol, with just dwelling on it. I'm what I call myself the new normal, the new me. And I recently talked to a friend of mine. She reached out to me about some, post traumatic stress that she was having. And I said, you'll never be the same person you were before that event occurred. And I'll never be the same person that I was prior to, some of the things I went through in the Army. And I don't fault the Army. I loved my job. I loved what I did. But it's just the nature of the beast. It comes with the job, like I say. So you then have to start discovering the new you, what the new you is. And we'll go together on that. And hopefully I'll talk to some other people and other veterans on how they're living the new them. You'll hear their story, and you'll hear on how they're living with the new me. And the new, like I say, this is your new normal. This is my new normal in life. I am not perfect, but I'm certainly not letting myself go again. I'm now discovering and living the new normal, the new gentle warrior. So thank you again for joining me on this journey, and we'll see you again soon. Just remember, kindness is contagious, so go out there and do something good. I want you to remember that kindness is contagious. When you go out and do something good for somebody, they're going to see that, they're going to be inspired, and they want to go do something good for somebody else, because kindness is really contagious. It makes you feel good when you go do something for somebody, and it really helps them. It impacts their lives in so many different ways. So go out, help a friend, help a loved one, help a church, help a school, donate money, donate clothing, donate, food. Go rake leaves, go shovel snow for somebody that needs help. I almost dropped my mouse. So just go do something good. Go get a door for somebody. Throw a smile on when you grab a door for somebody. Kindness is really contagious. So I just want you to all to remember that as you go on this journey in life, that one kind act equals another kind act, and it just compounds. It's exponential. So one person sees somebody doing it, they go out and do something good. 3 people see that one good thing happening, they go out and do something good. And you can just see how it snowballs and grows from there. So thank you again for joining me on this journey, and we will see you again soon.